Hey everyone, Reaper here again with another video. This time it is Affordable Key Comic Books Part 9. Some of the books I'm going to show, I use the quotes for key because some of these books I'm about to show, they're not necessarily major keys, right? They're not necessarily wall books. Maybe some might be, but nothing too big. But there's still first appearances or anything that if you find, or you could still possibly find, not many, you could still possibly find for $1 or very, very cheap, they're worth picking up. But I still think that the books I'm about to show are affordable. They're not ridiculously priced. Like I said, they're not necessarily wall books, but I think are fine additions to my affordable series. So we'll get started with this one. Incredible Hulk 418, the first appearance of Talos. Talos appeared in 2 Marvel Cinematic movies already. Number 1, Captain Marvel, and number 2, Far From Home. Spoiler alert. Long shot number 1. Now again, I always try to put this disclaimer, depending on what grade you buy. If you're looking for 9.8s, some of these may not be as affordable. But I think a majority of these, with maybe a few exceptions, if you buy them in 8.0, 9.0 range, they're pretty affordable. That was the first appearance of Long Shot and Spiral, Long Shot number 1. Here we have Dark Horse Presents number 36. This is the alternative cover. I know there are 2 covers to this. This is the first time the Aliens and the Predator fought. For those that are interested in those crossover type books. Now at one point, this one right here, Firestorm, the Nuclear Man number 3, this was a hot book a few years back. It was the first appearance of it is the first appearance of Killer Frost. Now it's cooled down. I think this is probably a 9.4. I think you could probably get this for maybe $60, $65. I don't think it's that expensive anymore. I showed this in a video. This is Batman Beyond number 6, I believe. Is it 6 or 5? It's 6. First appearance of Ink. Yeah, this one just popped up, started to get, it became a hot book, but I still think it's like maybe, you could still get it maybe between $30 to $40. It's nothing too crazy, but again, if you're looking for those 9.8 slabs, you're probably going to be paying north of $100 some odd. Here we have Batman, the animated series, the adaptation of Mask of the Phantasm. I do believe this is the first appearance of the Phantasm. I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I do believe this is his or her first appearance. She doesn't make her first appearance in DC continuity until you get to this one, with this wicked cover, Batman Beyond Universe number 13. Really cool. Again, this is like maybe a $10 book, and this you could probably get for $10. So, cool covers, cool introduction of characters. If you're interested in getting some Batman characters, these are more affordable than, let's say, somebody like the Riddler, right? Here's one that's pretty well known and not bad. You could get like maybe an 8.0, 9.0 for a decent price. All Star Comics number 58. This is the first appearance of Power Girl. I think maybe you could get like I said, a decent grade for maybe $100, under $100 if you can get a deal. Definitely worth picking up, right? Here we have Amazing Spider-Man number 134. I think this one, it's the first appearance of the Tarantula, and you can still get this fairly cheap in a decent grade. This is it's the second appearance of the Punisher, but only in cameo. He doesn't show up until the end in one panel. So it's not until 135, which is traditionally seen as the second full appearance of the Punisher. That one goes for a little bit more money. But this one here, I think because it's only a cameo of the Punisher, doesn't go for as much, but it's still a pretty good book to have. It's also the first appearance of the Tarantula. 3 more. Here we have a recent addition to my collection. Journey into Mystery 114, the first appearance of the Absorbing Man. Now, this book right here, nice Silver Age book. My copy's about a 5.0. A 5.0 might cost you 50, 60 bucks. So it's not so bad. If you want to spring a little bit more money, you get a nicer grade, right? But still, if you spend about $100, $150 on this book and maybe get like a 6.5 in that range, that's a pretty good price for a nice Silver Age book with a great Jack Kirby cover, which is fairly inexpensive. So I would definitely say this is one of the more affordable first appearances that have come out of the early superhero run in Journey into Mystery, right? Compared to Thor, compared to some other appearances, not just superhero, excuse me. Last two. Tomb of Dracula #1. Now you might be saying, well, wait a minute, that's not that affordable. Well, no. If it's a 9.0, you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars on it, right? Like I said in the beginning of the video. But if you're looking to get like a mid-grade copy, a nice presenting 5.0, 6.0, 6.5, you're probably going to be spending about $150, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And I know that may not be super affordable to some people, but considering what it is, the first appearance of Dracula in the Marvel Universe, and you really don't know what they're going to be doing with this character now that Blade, the movie Blade, has been announced that will be part of Phase 4. So you just never really know, right? But at the moment, as of the summer of 2019, it's a 5.0. It's fairly affordable at maybe $100, a little under $100, maybe a little over $100. Not too bad for a first issue of a book that introduces Dracula into the Marvel Universe. And for the last one, again, you might say to me, hey, that's not that affordable, but, you know, in the scheme of things, it is. Batman 189. This is the third appearance of the Scarecrow, and known as the first Silver Age appearance of him. Classic Infantino cover. And you say, hey, wait a minute, that book, my copy's probably a 7.5, 7.0, 7.5. I think it's a 7.5. But, you know, in that grade, you might be spending about $200. Still, you know, if it's a book that you really, really like, if it's a book that you need on your list when you're getting all Silver Age appearances of Batman villains and so forth, it's not really that expensive. I'm pretty sure if you look really, really hard for this book, you could probably get it under $200 in a nice 7.0 range. I mean, if you go on eBay, probably not. If you're going to major cons, probably not. But if you're patient, you probably can. So I would say it's fairly affordable considering that the first Silver Age appearance of the Riddler, right, a $200 copy is probably like a 4.0. And Silver Age appearance of the first Silver Age appearance of the Penguin, probably the same thing. Well, I think the Scarecrow, out of all those Silver Age appearances, tend to be cheaper than all the other major villains. So it's definitely something pretty cool to have and more affordable than other books. Well, that's it for this video. I'm going to be coming out with a few more of these. So thank you for watching, and I hope you tune in for the other videos. Take care, everyone.